Jets and Jets, welcome back. We're about to do something very unique. It is not 9:41, as you can tell. My computer is actually 10:54, the top right-hand corner. We are going to do the iPhone app version of Beginning Leonardo. This is part one. So let's go towards the app, and as you guys see on this computer screen, and also on the secondary screen, I do have my iPhone connected to my laptop in order to do this movie screen recording. I was going to screen record all the iPhone, but I was like, you know what? Since my memory's kind of like, yeah, let me do it off from the laptop and everything else, which would be much more easier. So let's go ahead and dive in. This is the app version for iOS, which you guys can find in Apple App Store for Leonardo AI. So we go to the page. Let me see if I can move this into the middle for you guys. Can we expand this? No, we cannot. Okay, so, oh, we can do it like this, so, to full screen. All right, cool. So that'd be much more easier for you guys. All right, so, why is this popping up in the first place? There we go, perfect. I'm just leave it alone like that. So, we're on the app for iPhone. And the same applies with the iPad version. So if you haven't seen the iPad version of the videos, I suggest you check them out. You do have your same models like you would on the web version, iPad version. We'll have an Android video, Android tablet video coming up pretty soon. So you have all your feature models that you have from Leonardo, all right here at the top. You scroll on through. You also have the recent creations by different individuals who has created different generations of artwork. That is pretty dope. Get inspiration for this as well too. You also have the models page here as well. Go through it, find your liking, and even like if you do something like this, you can read what it says on there. Go into more details for, well, that's more details for the picture they was using. But you can go scroll through and get inspiration and even check out um, what folks have did in the generations and the prompts, and that's basically the regular prompt. And see what they did and the date and the time that they created an image and everything. And it was used the refiner, so we're gonna be going through that as well too. In the video, it was used the refiner and everything else. It's actually pretty dope. It's actually pretty dope. And refiners really do change up a lot. So you have that of the different models that one would try to focus on. Had to laugh at that. She became a palm tree in the midst of a weird city. That's hilarious. Like she's just floating around. That's hilarious. Oh, that is funny. Tree coming off the cut. And that's pretty dope. That's funny about AI generated artwork, man, is that you get some weird, funky looking things from time to time. But you have your models right here. And then I don't have one, so that's gonna be coming in 2024. Going in how to do that. But I have my favorites. And like I said before in another video, whoever had created the coloring book one, made a shout out to them. And part of the reason being because there are sites like Etsy and some other places where you can use AI generated art and use Photoshop, some other things to be able to sell your own virtual coloring books and things of that nature, which is pretty dope because coloration is actually very much popular and most definitely it does get more tranquility and stuff like that. So like something like this, you will have, I mean, other than the shading, or whatever, but you can still add more color to it. So you have your different models and everything, and they have the platform models. And do they have the other creative ones? No, that I know of. You got your profile right here, which I'm not about to click on that. Then you got your generate button. So your generate button, actually, should I go to the profile? Let's see. Here we go. So your profile has your generations, has the favorite models that I like, and even the like images from different individuals of what it is that they created. Like I really thought that this was a badass picture right here because of the coloration of the reds and the blue shades and the slate, the blacks, all of that. And then you also have folks that you're following and everything. So that has, their own different type of artwork. Shout out to Creative Designs as well too. And my bro Up Tempo, aka Antoine from Deeper Than the Brand Crew. Shout out to him. He coming out with some dope creations as well. So I'm gonna go back to my generations. So iPad video part 3. We was going over most of the images. This one right here. So I suggest you guys watch the iPad part 3 tutorial to see how this was created and just the differences within it and everything else of that nature. And for those that are using Leonardo, be able to find these images, especially for this one right here, it is available to download. I've been nice and said I would go ahead and do that for you guys. This one, on the other hand, isn't. My bad. Let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase my statement. If you want to see the actual images for these pictures, my most humble apologies. They're not in part 3 of the iPad series that I had there. They're in part 3 of the Android web version series. I was using my Galaxy S23 Ultra Note to do the video yesterday. They should be uploaded up on. Actually, let me check real quick and stuff like that. Let's click out of here, go to YouTube real fast, go to my main account, and let's go to the generated videos, which is right here, my generate AiArt videos. Did those videos upload earlier this morning or last night? Yes, they did. Booyah. So this one right here, which is part 3. Pause it and change up the quality. As you can tell with the quality, yes, we do got 2160p 60, like we got 4K on here. Don't get the game twisted. Let me turn back to being bigger. I'm gonna just scroll right through. Actually, because I'm not quite sure what's going on with T-Mobile right now, so I'm gonna just put it at 1060, 1080, 60p. Okay, so try to scroll on through and find. Here we go. See what I mean? So this comes from part 3 of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Note, blah 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 blah, which you guys can find here on my YouTube channel. Search for ChinchillaQ, and you'll be able to find this particular video, and you'll be able to learn how to use LeonardoAi for the Android web version, because they do not have an app version for it. That's where this image came from. So that's what he's doing with this. Now, since we are in the app version of it, and this is part 1, and this is part of the introduction, what we'll be doing is we will be creating a different generation this time around. Part 2 of the Android video, we have created generations of this right here and also this, but we use image to image to create this and everything else. And then I kind of stopped the video. Okay, cool. High, normal, actually it's much more cleaner compared towards the other one. You will have to watch part 2 of the video to understand why this picture was hilarious. Is towards the end. I'm just keep it at that. So what we're going to do for this video is let's go into the generate button. So we're inside your generation. So I got my negative prompt here already and everything. For the prompt, I'm going to use the prompt assist that you guys see at the bottom left hand corner. We're going to change up our feature model because what I'm going to do is this time we're going to actually use, I'm going to use Dream Shaper. We're going to use Animate. Now we're going to go with Dream Shaper. For some odd reason, it's calling out more. So when you're on the app version, you have your area where you type in your prompt, or you can use prompt assist to get some more help. Negative prompt is the things you don't want to see inside your image. So you could paste that inside up in here. You have your fine-tune model, so you can choose for any of the platform models and everything else like that. Matter of fact, let's go with photo row for this one. So for photo row, you got 4 different little presets. You got cinematic, creative, vibrant, and none. So I'm going to keep it on cinematic because I like the cinematic looks of it. For photo row, I like to have my pictures on raw mode, as well have my depth of field to be on medium to give a nice more look. Prompt magic they use in version 3 because it doesn't use version 2, or you have to deactivate it. If you are using a paid account for Leonardo, make sure that you always turn off your public images unless you want to put it to the community feed. By all means, going to do that. Number of images, we're going to keep it on 4 this time. I'm not going to bump it up to anything else. The image dimensions, I'm going to go with the best, which is 2.3, but I'm going to go with 9.16 because this is more for the phone type of version and everything. And we'll switch up and everything. You also do have your advanced options. So you got your seed. The seed is basically what it is that you generate from the picture. So if I decided to want to use the same picture or try to get a little particular image of it, I could copy. Actually, you know what? That's what we're going to do today. That's what we're going to do today. So let me go ahead and copy this prompt. I'm going to take this, go back to generate. We're not going to use photo row. I'm going to turn photo row off. And instead, I'm going to use Vision XL for this video. I'm going to type in the prompt. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because, whatchamacallit, from one of these images, it was actually this one. I wanted to make this a little bit much more bigger. So you know what, we're going to go use the Diffusion XL. I'm going to go back and use the same thing I would do. So I'm going to copy the seed number, which is right here. And what I'm going to do is go back to generate, take out Vision XL, go back to Diffusion XL. Crap. Let me go back to that picture because I forgot what I did it in. I put this in vibrant. Okay, cool. Go back to generate. Change the style to vibrant. Put in the seed number, which is what I had copy in. Crap. Okay, so sometimes it doesn't work like that. So I'm about to go off rip by memory and take a look at the numbers. Okay, I'm trying to remember the numbers. So hold on for a second, y'all. On second thought, let me put this in my Samsung real quick. Like, hold it, wait a minute. Some numbers I can remember for some odd reason. This one is not clicking for whatever reason. So, and I know some of y'all go try out the C number anyway. So, it is what it is. I'm not even tripping about it. There we go. But for this particular picture in this image, I'm keeping this for myself. And if somebody else decides to try to do the same thing, like I said, I ain't tripping about it. We still learning on this game on AI generated artwork. Okay, cool. So you have your seed. I'm gonna put this at the 9.16 because I do want to have a background for the phone. And for the image to image, so on the Android video, especially I think part two, part three, I have mentioned that on here and even including the iPad version of Leonardo's app, you're not able to do, let me go into, let me actually show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Go back in YouTube, go back to the same video. You can't hear it, but that's one of the scenes for a project I'm reworking on that I had used in Pico Labs. It's a picture that I actually had generated. That's the one with the canvas, using that with the cell phone. There we go. So, as this video was heavily edited yesterday using CapCut because I had to cut some stuff off from here. So, as you guys see right here on the video, and you guys probably won't be able to hear the video. If you are able to hear the video, then cool. If not, I'm not gonna trip up about it. Actually, let me speed it up on here so you guys can actually kind of see playback speed. Let's put it at 1.5. So that was part of the prompt. We want to skip, skip, and here we go. So as you see right here on the picture, on the video, it says the image inputs have moved to the image guidance tab. So what Leonardo had did for the web version, which you can use, you can also use the web browser version on iOS as well too. So what they had did was they have added more towards the image guidance, which means that if you want to do way much more with your generations of your pictures, then you have, as you see right here on the screen, you got your image input. You have for them to where you can do a whole lot of different things. They also have different presets as well too. And let me see. I'm not actually moving the screen. This came from the Samsung yesterday. Well, you see the time said 15:26 was 3:26. So the video was done on the 14th. This video that we're doing right now is done on November 15th. So let me go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. So as you see, pause it. So as you see, within this video, you have the image to image thing, the description of what that is. Ah, the rain has hit. Perfect. Let me scroll up a little bit. Let me fast forward. Here we go. Let me go back to it just a little bit. So, let's slow this down so you guys can actually read it. No. Go back again on the video. So image to image, that's a description. You can pause the video to actually read it as well too. And these are the different presets that they have for image to image. So with LeonardoAi, what they have done is that they had added a depth to image, edge to image, pose to image, to text to image input. So text image input literally is what it stands for. You put up a word, or if you use in different software like Photoshop or whatever, or even if you screenshot something like you put the word cool. So you want to upload the image on here and then have that word cool be on one of your AiArt generated stuff. Now the AI would try its best to spell it out, make it some mishaps here and there. So you might do it a couple times to have fun. But for the web version of Leonardo AI, you're able to go more in depth with using the premium functions of image to image inputs and everything. We'll say that for right there. But on the phone version, for the app, on the app version and everything, you just have a little bit smaller control and nothing too major and whatnot. So we're not going to actually, yeah, I'm not about to go through the rest. I'm not about to put on image to image thing right now. We'll do that some other time. But let's go ahead and do the same thing we did for the Android video. Go ahead and do with this one. So that's my prompt that I have right here. And I actually used prompt assist yesterday and I just changed some things up. So what I'm going to do, because I don't have that skull picture, and you know what? Let me go ahead and do this. This is the low normal, medium normal, high normal, low smooth, medium smooth, high smooth. I like the way that it changed the whole dynamics of the image, because this was the original image of it. So what I'm going to do is grab, do I want a medium normal or do I want a high normal? Low normal, medium normal. Give me the high. And go ahead and save the image. Save it to the phone. We will use image to image. One thing you cannot do on the app version, you cannot use the canvas. So we go back to this video and let me scroll back a little bit right here. This is the canvas of LeonardoAi. Now you can use the web version on your cellular devices to try to use the canvas, which is SW. You can actually do this on YouTube, which is you use the canvas to change up some things, and they got different presets as well too. Or you can expand, as you see I'm doing off of this video, the picture. Scroll up as low as you guys can actually see what I'm talking about and everything. So right under in the word you said what it says in ancient futuristic, right around up here, those little graph bars, whatever. If you click on that, you can type in your negative prompt and you type in your regular prompt and everything. Photoshop has something like this as well too. Most of the AI generators have a canvas to where you can expand or change up different things. Photoshop has something completely different as well too with the Firefly thing. That's kind of pretty dope. You can also change your aspect ratio like I did on here. Change 60.9 and scroll over past it more and everything. So I hit generate. Apologies on that. So I hit generate on here and try to generate something on the canvas to add more towards the picture. Speed it up, and we was playing around with different things, and I was looking at making sure that the generated image to expand the picture had actually connected with the actual picture and everything. And I think I went with this picture right here too because it fit the theme for what this picture stands for. If you guys want to know what that picture is, it's actually, oh, I forgot you got the picture in picture thing on here with the YouTube. So while the little screen right here at the top is doing this thing, that particular image comes from this one right here. Bring this down a little bit so you guys can see it. And this was the generation that I did. Ancient futurist Japan, android samurai draws out his katana and battle against local futuristic bounty hunters. And if you go back to the video, that's like the background part of their expansion of what's going on. Battles happening against the bounty hunters, whatever. Click out of this. Click out of this. Click out the profile. Go back to generate. So we're using the app version for image to image. You can select the image. I'm going to select this one and put it right here. Higher end strip will preserve the original image more. Mind you, this is at a 1.1 ratio. So this is totally different. I'm gonna keep the much call it strength high because I want to keep the original for it. 4 images. Same thing I had used, which was Diffusion XL. Oh crap. There's one more thing I forgot to do. So if I go back to that image because it was vibrant, did I use any presets for it in regards to the elements? I had used, no, I didn't. I didn't use none other than, okay, cool. Just want to make sure. And what I mean by the presets, like you've seen with the Samurai one and everything, there's the elements that the lore is called. That's the elements, glass and stale, punked ivory. I didn't use that for the other particular image. Let's go ahead hit generate because I want to make sure this video gets done so I get to go ahead and do part 2. So go ahead generate, and dang nabbit, it did not do the image that I want to actually do. Hold on a second. I want to put it at 16.9. There we go. I'm gonna delete these. And as you can see, the little line that's going across, the line that's going across lets you guys know that that is your image generating. If you're using a web version on iPhone or even on Android or even on the iPad, you see a little number at the top that's in circles to let you know how it's generating. But on the app version, it shows the lines of how it's generating. And we're waiting for the generations to get done so we can actually see these particular images. You see the green that says generation complete, and this is what we get. All 4 of them should actually look the same. Actually, I take that back. There are some changes, some differences. Because if you look around at the teeth and everything, all the changes is actually showing on here within the image, even inside the skull. Even inside the skull. And I actually like it because and the only reason why I'm using this particular picture is because I like the colors that's within it. You got that cayenne, I think is how you call it, or cyan or whatever, with the magenta. You got your basically the printer colors. That is just blended together. So I'm going to go with not with this one, with this one, and I'm about to upscale it. So you do have your upscales on here as well too, in regards to the app version. If I would happen to use this on an anime, you know, we're gonna try that out. We're gonna try that out. But I'm gonna upscale crispy because I'm going to have this as my phone background anyways. And everything. And I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all cannot get none of these images for this particular film. You're not dealing with this one. I'll get the other skulls, but not this one. So that's the upscale crispy, and that's original. Now, if I want to, I will go with the high smooth. And you can use high smooth, medium smooth, low smooth, or a high normal, medium normal, or low normal on your refiners for the upscale. And if you want to make the picture a little bit much more pop out, then like I said before, use Photoshop or something else that you guys tend to use. And as you can tell, major upscale. That's the crispy, and that's a high normal. You can tell much more inside the details of just how the colors and everything tend to pop out from this. Now, let's say I want to do the high smooth and see what we get. And you saw the original image that I had on here. If I click out of this and go towards the OG, which is this right here, that high smooth, that low smooth, medium smooth, and high smooth had made it to something else completely different. Like this was the actual skull because the eye is right there and the teeth is right up in here and everything else. But it made it to a dope color generation. And for my artists, this is hell of a lot of inspiration right here, to where you can pick out from the colors and just go bonkers with it, man. So which one was it? I think it was this one. Yeah, that's high normal. That's high smooth. Ooh, nice. It didn't do the thing like it did the original one, but it made it much more human like though, because you can tell by the skull inside the face, and you can tell by the difference, the signs and everything else. Like that stuff, like I said before, like you guys got like you had to play around with it and everything to get a dope type thing. So let me stop this video right here, and we go come back, and what we're going to do is do a continuation on another generation. We're going to do the same image, but I'm going to put it in a different preset. So stay tuned, and thank you guys for checking out part 1 of beginning Leonardo AI on the iPhone app. Stay tuned.